This episode of MMA Nuts is brought to you by
Mattress Firm, our premier mattress provider. They provide a 120-night sleep trial, so if your mattress is not perfect, they will pick it up and find you a new one. Save 10% off your order with code MMANUTS10. Crowd Cow, the marketplace for high-quality craft beef and meats from ranches around the world. Save $15 off your first box with code MMA15. NordVPN, get advanced security, internet freedom, and complete privacy. Save 70% off, plus get 1 month free with code MMANUTS. Liquid Web, one of the top hosting providers around. Save 33% off monthly VPS plans with code VPS33 off. Defense Soap, everyday soaps for everybody. Use code MMA Nuts to save 15% off your order.
Hey fans, this is MMA Nuts, episode 315, 515.
15!
My name's Ingo Weigold, I think.
Yes, maybe, possibly. Macro MMA Show, my advance for advance walking line between serious and ridiculous. I might have just blown everything out on that one. Are you still Ingo Weigold?
I am, yes, I think. What is my nickname? The Sugar Daddy?
Maestro?
Maestro. Yeah.
That's a throwback.
Yes, it is. So, happy March Madness. Woo, woo.
Yeah. Woo! Go Villanova. The number 5 seed to win it all.
Yeah. My bracket is fucked. So I think I'm like dead last in my group.
It's all good. It's very hard to pick, especially when you don't follow the game. Maybe it's easier. I'm like, I don't like this name. I like that name. I like this one. I don't like that one.
Luck of the draw.
And I'll be goddamn because Brian and I always vote Duke off in the first round, but they didn't even make it to the tournament because I think there was a COVID thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like there were a couple teams that didn't even get into the tournament because of COVID.
That's too bad.
That's a shame. Too bad.
Duke. That's
so sad.
Fuck them.
Yeah, I don't like teams that announcers are just drooling over the whole game and like, oh my god, it's the best team ever.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I'm gonna root against them forever. It was them and Notre Dame for me. Root against always because of the announcers. I don't even want to talk about this weekend show unless you do.
I'll just say this: we had Derek Brunson and Kevin Holland headlining the main card of this last UFC. I watched the fight. It was one of the most boring things I've ever seen in my life. I'm not sure what the hell happened there. Derek Brunson spent like 99% of the time on top, and Kevin Holland was just jibber jabbering. I think there was one point in the fight where he's talking to Khabib, who was out in the crowd. In the middle of the fight.
Well, the people are joking like the illegal streamer's sitting right next to Dana White because Khabib's like sitting there like streaming the fights as he's sitting next to Dana White. And then with 1 minute and 20 left, Dana White says, I can't watch this shit anymore. I'll meet you in the back. And he just fucking gets up and leaves. Wow. Like that's how bad of a fight it was. Holy shit.
Here's a trivia. When was the last time that happened? Do you recall?
What, Dana White leaving?
Yes, before the fight was over. I'll give you a hint. It was not in the U.S.
I was going to say Ngannou versus Lewis, but I don't know.
I think it was Abu Dhabi. Anderson Silva versus Damian Maia.
Did you leave on that one?
I think you did.
That wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, he wasn't there for the last round. I think he took off because he was so pissed at Anderson Silva.
Oh, he was so pissed. He almost fired him that night.
He did. Remember? He's like, fuck this guy.
Like, you should fire him. I'm with him on this one. Fire that bitch.
Fire him away.
With all due respect.
One thing I did want to mention, Julia Stoliarenko fainted twice.
Do you have the video?
I do. Are we allowed to post this?
As long as I have one from a Twitter account.
Well, this is from YouTube. Maybe you post yours. I don't know. This seems like I could get in trouble. I don't want to get asked.
You'll be all right.
Should I go ahead?
It here.
I got it. It's up. Want me to do it?
I think the Schmo tweeted it out.
Okay. The Schmo?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, good.
Here, I'll post this one. Because if you're posting someone filming it, here we go.
Yeah, okay. All right. I just have there it is. Yep. That's not the angle I have. There she goes.
And what a faker. Totally she just wanted to get manhandled. potentially. But
It's pretty thick.
just
She
schmo.
faints twice. After this, she says that it wasn't the weight cut that was the problem, is the fact that she had made weight at like 5 a.m., which was like 4 or 5 hours before the actual weigh-ins. And she said that was too long to be at that weight, and that's what made her faint or something.
Was this your first time fucking cutting weight? You not know?
Maybe she forgot which time zone she was in.
Where am I fighting? I'm on Abu Dhabi time. You know, fuck it. This isn't Fight Island.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's funny when we're talking about things that the UFC needs to address and doesn't address, right? So they don't address weight cutting, which seems to be the biggest problem in the fucking sport. Eye pokes, new gloves, rule design or rules, blah blah blah, but they go after PEDs, and then you have this, which I'm kind of surprised they didn't let her fight. You know?
Why? Because she passed out twice.
It doesn't fucking matter. But what if that's John Jones? John Jones gets up there, passes out a couple times. They probably just say, "Oh, it was just
he's fine.
Wind knocked him off the scale. It was very windy in the weigh-ins, right?"
Mm-hmm. The wind.
Yeah, that was kind of fucking gank. And then I'll give you one other thing I want to show you. Did you see these weigh-in shenanigans between Cheyenne Buys and some other lady?
Yeah. Did not see it.
She got a little bunny tail on, and she like waved it right at the other lady. It's like,
I like it.
It's like, whoa, I don't want to be grabbing up on you. But I think Brunson and that other character, I think they were playing slap ass at Stare Down too. Like, what the hell's going on? Maybe that's why things were getting awkward.
Yes. And if you know, well, now you know, because we said Khabib was in the crowd, right? And after this event, apparently there was a dinner that happened, Dana White and Khabib, and they talked and all that stuff. And basically it was confirmed that for sure Khabib is not coming back. Dana White said he said, "Thank you so much, brother." And the entire UFC, Khabib says, "Dana White, thank you so much, brother, and the entire UFC team for the opportunity to prove myself. You guys have changed many lives forever because of this sport," Nurmagomedov said. And Dana, basically to confirm that, yeah, this guy's never fighting again. I don't know what exactly was said behind closed doors, but I think it has some shit to do with his father and all that stuff and respecting his memory. So, I mean, I don't know. I still say he's going to fight again.
I'm not surprised. And I want to share the picture of Dana White. Did he eat Lorenzo Fertitta? Because Jesus Christ, man, look how swole he is.
Actually, he does look pretty damn big.
What diet is he on? Just straight up HGH? Like, holy fuck balls.
Well, you know what's funny though? He's standing next to Khabib. Dana, you shook his hand before. Is he short?
I just remember he had like little boy hands. Like my hand dwarfed his hand, but I don't have big hands. I just have an average size hand. But his hand was like a little mini me in my hand. I'm like, what the fuck? Like he's a big dude, but the hand size, but you look at the picture, it looks like he's got a normal hand because he's holding an iPhone, but I don't know. Maybe his hands grew too. Who knows?
Does HGH make your hands grow?
Hand growth hormone. I don't know what the fuck he's on, man. It's not good. Or it is. I don't know. But it just seems weird that everyone's getting all jacked out of their mind. Like, I'm 50 years old. Not me, but I'm saying them. Like, think about Lorenzo, Joe Rogan, now Dana White. Like, do we have to be jacked out of our minds? I think we do. It.
Well, I don't know. I always joke about this, but I got to say there's something to be said about being limber and lean, right? So I do lots of yoga and that kind of shit. And I just like being able to be agile. I feel like if you're that big at that age, like I think you're just, plus like you're setting yourself up for back problems and all kinds of stuff. You know, I don't think it's good for the body.
No, the HGH gut that goes along with it. You ever look at Rogan's gut?
It's big.
Yeah, because all your shit grows inside too. It's not just your muscles. It's all your organs. Yeah.
Okay.
That's a hard pass. We don't need it. We don't need it. Let's see what else you want to talk. Do you want us to talk about the next card?
Yeah, it's UFC 260.
Yeah, so it's actually this. They said this is going to be Reebok's last event.
Oh, that's right.
And I was like, wow, man, his time flown by, right? Because I remember when they announced it, and like, how many fuck ups did they have originally with all the fight kits and the names misspelled, like Melendez and whatever else. And then the creativity that those Reebok guys had, like, you get to wear the black and white, you get to wear the white and black. Like, I'm going to miss all those days, right?
I do miss those days.
And then we're going to have Venom, right? And hopefully it'll be semi-creative and an interesting pick, right? Because there was all those rumors of, is it going to be Under Armour? Is it going to be Nike? And then this whole bullshit thing happened. And next thing you know, it's Venom, which is weird because I didn't think, I would have guessed maybe Hayabusa, someone else in the game, but you know, who knows? Oh, Venom. Hopefully it'll be more dynamic, but where do you want to start? I think we just start. Well, the one thing I want to mention too is fucking Volkanovski versus Ortega is off the card because of COVID. Fucking killed the second title fight. So now the card not as strong without that other title fight. Because I was looking forward to it because Ortega looked like a killer in his last fight. Like, oh my God, now he can strike. Like, what's going to happen? Like, he's got a shot. Now, not so much. So I don't know when they're going to reschedule that, but let's go with the main event of Stipe Miocic versus Francis Ngannou 2. What do you think is going to happen?
Well, I mean, I think the outcome, as far as who wins and loses, will be the same. I think Stipe wins this fight.
Oh, great. I'm going to pick Stipe too.
99% out of 100%.
No jinx.
I also think that when it comes to, I don't know. I'm looking at the record. I think the one thing that's confusing for me is Stipe fought Daniel Cormier like 45 times.
Yeah. So it's like he fought him on 8/15 of 2020. And then prior to that was 8/17, 2019. And then prior to that was July 7th, 2018. So he's fighting about once a year against Daniel Cormier. And then before that was January 20th, 2018.
Right, which you're kind of going like, in that time, you know, we got Curtis Blades, Velasquez, Junior Dos Santos, and Yair Rosenstruck for and Derek Lewis for Ngannou. So I think the competition level and of diversity of competition is much higher for Ngannou. I think for me that's the wild card
from a training standpoint too, right?
Yeah. So, but I'm gonna go ahead and have to pick Stipe. And I think he decisions this one again. I think Ngannou might have him in trouble at some point, but I don't see Ngannou winning a 5-round fight against this guy. So I'm going to pick Stipe via decision again. And then they'll probably have to run it back a third time.
Yeah. Fuck. We got to get our trilogy, man. You just fought Cormier fucking 32 times. So now I'm next on the docket.
Yes.
So when I looked at Ngannou, right, you look at the first fight, Ngannou hit him with some heavy shit, but again, didn't know how to pace himself for a 5-round fight. So that was kind of a problem. And also got taken down pretty much whenever Miocic wanted to. So you look at the things that are concerning me about this. When I look at Ngannou, I worry about him going the distance because look at his last 4 fights. The longest fight was 1 minute, 11 seconds.
Yes.
He's finished all 4 of those guys in the first round. So he didn't gain any cage experience by just blowing through people. So unfortunately, I think when he was fucking wild in those exchanges. Look at the Rosenstruck fight. Any competent striker take one step back and crank on him because he was throwing like that Todd Duffy left hook kind of shit. Like, let me wind up from over here and fucking, throw the bomb at you. So I think he's a little too reckless. And, my concern for Stipe is just the lack of activity, having, pretty much just 3 fights in the 3 years. And now we're into year 4 and he's about to have his first fight. And he was injured, like his eye was fucked up, or he's coming off of some kind of injury. I saw the UFC embedded today, and he looks really lean. Like he might be 230. He looks
Really?
super light. Yeah. So I don't know if he's just going to try to out cardio him, but I'm kind of thinking he's going to knock out Ngannou. And I hear the rumors like Ngannou's been focusing on wrestling, but I think once you get hit, you go back to what you know. And what does Ngannou know? I blow everything out in the first round, reckless. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna, and I hate Miocic, and I'm not afraid to say that, but I think he's gonna win this fight. And I love it that we're both picking him because every fucking time we do this, that guy loses. Mm-hmm. So I might have double jinxed him into a win right now. I'm not sure, but I've picked against Miocic. I don't know how many times. Pretty much every time the guy fights, I pick against him. So I'm going to pick him to win, and I'm not going to be wrong. And if I am wrong, I'm going to be happy. So I'm going to take a second round knockout for Miocic or some shit like that.
I like it.
And then who else was on the card? It was like
Tyron Woodley, who's lost the last 65 of his 65 fights. He's like 0-3 in the last 3 fights.
Well, who put that beating on him? It's like that first Usman, right? Usman when he took the title from him. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And then he just was not the same fighter after recovered.
That. He's fighting Vicente Luque, which I don't know that too much about that guy.
Well, I think Luque was ranked number 10 and was Woodley a 7.
Yeah, and if you look at Luque's record, like I'm doing right now, thanks to my computer.
Thank
you. He's won like 10 of his last 11 fights or something, with the only loss to Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, which he lost via decision back in 2019. So, you know, I like his chances. Let me just say this. I think we're going to see Woodley go 0-4 and get deleted from the UFC roster, hopefully.
Potentially. Well, I think, one more loss. That's you're on your way out.
Yeah, and I wouldn't mind seeing him in like a Bellator to see, because I just don't think caliber wise he's the guy. He's currently the fighter that he was because of various reasons, but I think he can do well in a Bellator type situation. You know,
sure. So, go back to there.
Yeah.
And then Sean O'Malley, who's he fighting?
Thomas Almeida. Yeah. That could go either way. I think O'Malley will probably take that one, but who knows?
Yeah, you don't know. I mean, is he humbled from his last loss? I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
And then did you see there is a weird fight announcement, right? So Nurmagomedov retires, and then I see the fight announcement. It says UFC 262, Charles Oliveira versus Michael Chandler for the 155-pound title on May 15th.
Yep.
What are we doing?
I don't know. That was one of my news stories, and I was going to ask you. I'm so surprised to hear that. So, I like it. I think it could be exciting and fun, but I was not expecting that.
It just, my problem is Chandler, fuck off. You've had one fight in UFC. I don't see why you're fighting for the title, and you're just jumping over everybody else that fucking earned it way more than him. I mean, yes, I get he was a champion in Bellator, but there's Conor McGregor, there's Dustin Poirier, Justin Gaethje. Oliveira should be fighting for the title, so I agree with that. I just don't think Chandler should be in there. He hasn't paid his dues in the UFC yet.
Mm-hmm.
And then Gaethje commented on that matchup. He's like, I woke up yesterday to train for a matchup with Chandler on May 15th, expecting a bout agreement any moment. Today, that is not the case. I don't know what I do yet, but I like this feeling. It was a good day at sparring practice. So, like that, there you go. Motivate Gaethje. And I don't know who wins that Oliveira versus Chandler fight, because that's a tough fight to pick. I need to think about that one before I give a comment on it. What else is happening out there?
My last news story. Luke Rockhold saying that Khabib Nurmagomedov has offered to train him. Said he's going for Coach of the Year.
Yes.
Trying to go and tag on to his comeback tour. He wants to be the next great thing, following in his dad's footsteps.
Who, Rockhold or Nurmagomedov?
Sorry, that's what Luke Rockhold says. he said that Khabib is ready to assume that role like his father
Okay,
had with another
gotcha.
fighter. And sorry, that was confusing. And so I'm wondering what you think about this, like Khabib turning coach.
Well, he was like you were saying, he was coaching. Who was that? Holland at the main
Yes,
event fight.
Holland lost.
Khabib sucks as a coach. What
It
the
didn't
fuck?
go so well. It did not go so well.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think it's probably good. You got to think, and man, you go back to the day of what a bunch of killers they had, right? Everyone was a champion at some point between Velasquez, Cormier, Rockhold, and Nurmagomedov.
Yes.
All at AKA. So the amount of wisdom, and then you look at Nurmagomedov's dad. You know, first we start wrestling the bears as a child, right? So I'm sure this is going to translate perfectly to Rockhold. He's going to be milking bears because didn't Rockhold wasn't Rockhold like juggling the balls of some tiger in Thailand?
Sure.
I'll find that picture. Hopefully I'll post it again. He was. There's a picture out there. But no, I would imagine some unorthodox training, and it's probably a good thing because Rockhold, he seems like he's been lost ever since he left AKA. So I don't know if this means he's going back or if Nurmagomedov is just training him because, you know, if you had all those great training partners and now you don't, that's I think part of Rockhold's problem. Thank you.
What the fuck?
Told you, it's out there, man.
He's pointing. He's like, I got you by the balls, man.
I'm letting you know who's boss. Maybe that's what you need to do to your dog.
Grab his ball.
Go listen, motherfucker. I'm in charge. No more biting. No more growling. That fucking he'll feel him then. And you fucking bink. Like one of them little football games that you're trying to hit it through the goalposts. Like bink.
Oh my god.
Little fucking dog balls. It's all good. It'll all work out. So yeah, I think that's probably a good thing for Rockhold, but you know, I don't know if that helps him. He was on quite the losing streak there of getting knocked out because he kept wanting to throw that fucking check right hook, and then fucking keeps eating the shot. So we'll see. Here's Junior Dos Santos was talking about his release from the USC. So I'll read what he said, and I want to get your feedback. So he said, against Gain, it was like this. It was 6 weeks or something for it. I was in Brazil and I wasn't really training, and he offered me the fight. You're going to fight on December 12th with Cyril Gain. I said, okay, I'll fight him, but put the fight for January, please, because I'll have enough time to get prepared. Then they already told me that, no, we need you to, this is in broken English, we need you to get this fight now, because if you don't get it, we were thinking about releasing you from the contract. I said, man, you're not giving me any time. It's not an option. You're not asking me. You're saying that I have to fight this day, even if I can or can't. So then I said, yes, went to the fight. I cannot complain. I was ready. I trained good. I have a very good body memory. I got in shape very fast. I was ready, but it wasn't necessarily time for a real fight, especially for a tough guy like him. You know, so I went to the fight and it happened the way it happened. Before they released me, I was in a conversation with Hunter Campbell. Before the conversation with Hunter, they offered me to get the fight with Tabura on March 27th. I said, man, it's right now. I came from my concussion with Gain. I was coming from my concussion, and I think give me some time so then I can get prepared for the fight. I want to fight, but not right now. Man, reading this is making me fucking retarded. So then they finally decide to release me. You know what that sounds like for me? It's like dictatorship. You have to follow it, whatever they want. If you don't, you go away. And here I am. I went away. So what do you think about his comments about UFC being
well, it makes sense, and it's unfortunate because it sounds like they have zero care about fighter safety and about a guy who's coming off, and a guy who's been there for a long time. I mean, we saw him in Chicago. Remember that?
Fucking uppercutting Verdum into
that was ridiculous. He's been around a long time, and it seems a slightly disrespectful. It's like you got to get out there. It's almost like get out there and do your thing. So I don't know. I'm sure this goes on. We have had fighters we've talked to personally who said that this was kind of business as usual.
Off the record.
Off the record. So we will not name
Hey.
said person. Let me just say
Yeah.
they are very popular and famous. And it's sad because it shows that you're expendable and that they use you as a interchangeable resource. So do what we say or be gone.
And we can cut you whenever we want for any reason. It's too bad that contracts aren't guaranteed. Like there should be some sort of a guarantee. Like, yeah, fine, cut me, but then you have to pay me the 100,000 cut bonus, or give me another fight. So it's it's always 100% in the UFC's favor all the way through, and it's not going to change. But those lawsuits are proceeding through the courts, and it sounded like they got some sort of class certification, or that's going to be happening pretty soon for whatever lawsuits are being.
There's always lawsuits. No one ever wins.
But again, like how long, it's supposed to happen sometime in April, but these things keep getting pushed and pushed. And, I don't know. I'm trying to mix a drink while I look at what else is going on here.
I have no more news, unfortunately.
All right. Let me just get a half a drink then. So GSP was talking about Nick Diaz, and he said, feels like I never made peace with Nick Diaz. I'd just like to have some sort of camaraderie with my former opponents because we shared a moment. We made money. We shared a moment. We have a bond together. For me, I should be doing this in GSP voice, right? Each one of the boys that I never had the chance to talk with after the fight. I can't even get it. So I'm just going to go back to mine. And I feel like it's missing a little bit in my life. Yeah, I can't get the GSP unless I hear them right before I do it. So do you think there's ever going to be a time where the two will come together, make peace with Nick Diaz?
No. Never.
Yeah, I think you're right?
It's never going to happen.
The fucking grudges are always held, right?
Always.
But I don't remember that. I don't remember bad blood in that fight.
Versus Diaz versus GSP, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there was the whole Canadian weight bullshit. Or was that Johnny? Yeah. Was that Johnny Hendricks or was that Nick?
No, I think it was Nick Diaz.
Yeah. So I'm thinking
pound over.
He was, but not in Canada.
It was Canadian, the conversion rate.
It's a conversion rate. You get more weight for your
more bang for the buck, or
bunghole.
Pounds for the ounce.
Yes,
something like that. Yeah. Let's see. Prices for UFC 261. This is at Jacksonville, Florida. Here's the weird thing. So tickets don't go on sale, I think, until Wednesday the 24th. But somehow Vivid Seats is selling tickets already. So apparently these are ranging from $254 to, I don't know.
Thousands?
Yeah, a couple thousand, depending upon where you're sitting. But I don't know how they're selling seats when seats haven't gone on sale yet. So riddle me that one, and not cheap. Get your 15,000 seat capacity in.
Well, I think a lot of these sites are able to like pre-cash seat sales and stuff. So it's like the ticketing stuff is all run by bots. So it's completely...
it's like trying to buy an Xbox or PlayStation 5 for like fucking forever. Hey, and side note, are you having any problems playing the fucking Call of Duty Zombies? Because mine crashes every fucking time I play it.
I had this problem last week and I haven't played since then. I thought it was just a one-day thing, like maybe last Saturday or Sunday. It would load and then it would just shut off. That's what I was. It would just go back to the main screen or something, like the desktop of the Xbox, whatever.
Yeah, I had both. I've had it exiting out of the game, and I also had my Xbox turning off and rebooting.
Oh, I didn't have that. Just exiting, just completely going like as though the game wasn't even running. Just boom.
Yeah, that too. So I uninstalled it, reinstalled it, same problem.
Well, that's unfortunate. I don't really play too many games. That's like the one I was actually enjoying, and I was kind of burnt out. So
yeah, because especially when you've gone through like 3 rounds of zombies, you're like, all right, we're going into round 4. I'm all geared up. Boop.
Bang.
Like, thanks. Sons of bitches. Oh, my light just got all jacked up over here. I gotta fucking fix this. All right. Moving right along. You see Cro Cop and his son? Let me show you the picture. Looks like goddamn mini-me.
Let's see.
It's kind of frightening.
Whoa. That is pretty frightening. Cro Cop's still in pretty good shape for his old age.
It's almost the same exact body type. So he must be training his kid to lift exactly the same as him. And I don't know how old he is. 18-year-old says. He looks about 16 or 15, but
young guy.
Whatever. Yep. That's frightening. If that guy's going to come into the world and start fucking head kicking people. And it's kind of like this picture. Like, holy fuck. Overeem standing next to this guy.
What the fuck?
This guy is some Dutch bodybuilder. I don't know if he's making a transition into MMA, but it sure looks like they're at a fucking ring here.
They are, and makes Overeem look like a kid.
That guy's
kind of
fucking
scary.
massive.
Wow.
Yeah, that bodybuilder. It says his name is Oliver Richters. He's 7'2". Like, Jesus Christ.
How's he gonna make weight? That's my question.
Well, he's not gonna fight in the UFC.
No.
Just fighting one of those other organizations. Because I thought whatever organization Mariusz Pudzianowski is fighting in, he fought over the weekend. He was fighting a guy who was 65 pounds heavier than him. And I think the guy he was fighting was like 300 pounds. But then something happened with that guy's pancreas like an hour before. He might have had pancreatitis. Yeah, whatever that is, elephantitis. So his fight was not canceled. They got some guy to step up on an hour notice or something. It's crazy. So I think as long as you're fighting like overseas or in some other organization, they don't give a fuck what weight classes are. All right, let's see what UFC fighter Kay Hansen's up to this weekend.
Okay. Hey now.
That's Kay on the left and maybe one of our buddies on the right. They hang out on the beach, Ingo. This is how we get our video pulled off of Facebook.
There's nothing wrong with that photo.
Exactly. God forbid you post a beautiful woman. Like, you know, they're just showing up to try to do some work. Like Beck Rawlings over here. She's just saying, hey, why don't you come subscribe for my titties on OnlyFans? I'm just reporting the news. I go,
good God.
And Paige Van Zandt doesn't want to be outdone. So she's going to check in and say, hey, do you like whipped creams? Because I like whipped cream.
Jesus. Okay.
And we'll be over 3 on Facebook. So before you know it, it'll all work out. Oh, did I have one more? I probably shouldn't put this one in. I was just going to say, what's going on with the LFC? So apparently they're going to be running some fights. So this is just pictures from random LFC fights. And apparently when you go down in the LFC, you go down.
Whoa, there's a little nipple action.
What? I saw nothing. I declare nothing. Moving right along. Ask the Nuts. So GSP said the UFC doesn't want Khabib Nurmagomedov to leave on his own terms. They want a guy to beat him. What do you think about that? Any truth in that statement?
Nah. I think it's okay either way.
But remember how hard was Dana writing that? Like he was writing Nurmagomedov like his life depended on it. He didn't get his way.
He did not.
Because it's a blood oath. I knew it was
blood
until the money runs out.
That's right.
And then let me ask you, what the hell's going on with this? I saw UFC has got a new product on their store. You can now get the UFC retro pager in white. the true blast from the past. We've taken an original mold and old school pager and packed it with amazing sound and battery life. Bump box retro pager packs a huge punch. Clip it on anything. It's also a hands-free device to answer your phone calls. Comes with an LED light, auxiliary in, motherfucking slot for FM radio and Bluetooth, water resistant, and blah, blah, blah. Well, what the hell are we doing?
I don't know what. I'm not sure what I'm seeing.
Why do I need it in white?
I don't know.
It's got to be in black.
I used to have a plager and it was black.
You get a plager? What is that?
Yeah, a plager. Because I'm a player.
Player. You're a drug dealer. That was drug dealers always had the pagers.
What are you talking about? I never dealt any drugs.
Never. No, never. Just acid. So, here we go. So they said Justin Bieber's performing at that Jake Paul versus Ben Askren fight, along with Mount Westmore, which is a super group of Snoop Dogg, Ice Cube, Too Short, and E40. Don't know who that last guy is. Also performing are the Black Keys, Doja Cat, Sweetie, Ciplo, and Major Lazer. They said they also hired an Emmy Award winner to film the event to give it a cinematic style to make it look like Stranger Things meets Quentin Tarantino.
Cool.
So who the fuck is the demographic this fight or 4-hour pay-per-view is for?
It's like early 20s, late teens.
I'm so confused. Like, what are we doing?
It's exactly those people I was talking to you about before we started the podcast. That's who the demographic is.
Yeah, I don't get it because it's fights or fights. There's no in between. It's not a rock concert. I just want fights.
Well, yeah, good point. Unless we're talking about like Rage Against the Machine.
Well,
we should throw some Rage Against the Machine down. I'm good with that.
That's fine.
Killing in the name of.
Weren't they supposed to be going back on tour?
Yeah.
And then all this shit fucked it up.
Yeah, I think they're looking at doing that. I'm thinking tours are gonna start back up in the fall here, which will be nice. So.
Well, I think it depends on what state, right? Because I think Florida, you could just tour out through Florida, right?
My state is
Texas.
That's my state.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. I like it. And Enrico Machado will close it out. It's time. # Natural, # Matt Rape Chain, # Ingo Sugar Daddy Slice Maestro. Would you rather be fluent in all languages or be a master of every musical instrument?
Musical instrument, obviously.
Why?
Because I love music. I play the guitar and I sing, and I wish I could. I've been trying to learn how to play the piano for a while, and it's not so easy. So I would love to be like Prince and be a virtuoso and everything.
Fuck yeah.
I could be a rock star. Maybe.
Yeah. That looks like a lot of fun. Just gotta fucking have someone maintain your drug level and make sure you're not going OD style.
Right. That'll be your job. When you come out on tour with me, you're like, you're overdoing it, man. I'm gonna have to do these drugs for you.
Yeah, I'm gonna do all these drugs for you. It'll totally work out. Would you rather sing a song in front of complete strangers or your closest friends?
I don't know. I think strangers is easier. Closest friends is very intimate setting. It's a lot of pressure. Strangers.
I like closest friends.
Strangers.
Well, the only time you do with strangers would be karaoke, and that's weird. I like closest friends.
Okay.
Would you rather own your own boat or your own plane?
Plane.
What kind of plane?
I don't know. Jet stream of some sort.
This guy's balling over here. I'd rather own my own boat. And when I say boat, I mean a canoe or probably a kayak.
I feel like a plane's more convenient because you can travel places. A boat, you're kind of limited.
I don't know. It just sounds really expensive, like owning a pinball machine.
Yeah, that's actually
a lot of shit breaking, and better just rent it or something. Would you rather meet the president of the United States or a movie star?
Movie star.
You have no interest in the president's.
And I'll give you one guess which movie star I'd like to meet.
Starts with a Q, ends with a P.
QP?
Sorry, GP.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Or pussy smells like, or this candle smells like my vagina.
Correct.
Something like that.
I would like to prove that theory.
I got $100 to make it happen. All right. Fuck, Mary Kill Celebrity Edition number 131, Maxim Hot 100 number 5. So it's Catherine Langford, Camila Mendez, and Alexandra Daddario.
Cool.
All right. Let me dial these ladies up. Pulled from Facebook number 4. So first we start with
okay.
Catherine Langford.
I'm okay with that so far.
It's nice. Camila Mendez.
Okay.
And then Alexandra Daddario. You got a triple threat with her. She's got a awkward body.
This is a tough one. Let me see the middle one more time. Okay, we're gonna marry the first one. I like that. I think we have to kill the one in the middle and bang the one at the end.
I think we're in agreement on this.
Yes.
You got to try that last one for a ride. The second one's, yep. And right along. Got a knowledge for the week.
Well, I do actually. I have thanks to Apple, I have a free 1-year trial of Apple TV Plus, and I've been checking out some of the shows on there. I really enjoyed the morning show. So with Steve Carell and Jennifer Aniston, I think it was actually pretty good. If you like those kind of talky, more like, adulty kind of shows, there's a lot of drama, stuff happens. It's pretty relevant. That's a good show. And then I also watched Ewan McGregor has this thing called The Long Way Up. Motorcycle show. I like that show a lot. It was pretty cool. It makes me, I'm going to get a bike. That's my next thing to conquer. I'm going to do it.
Seems so scary, especially in Illinois.
It's okay.
A lot of traffic.
I agree. But
I had a cousin that died on a motorcycle. I won't get on one. I'm afraid of them.
So you've seen that show, the Ewan McGregor show?
No, but I have Apple TV, and that was the well, I have it free also, but that was, if I was going to watch anything on it, that was the one I wanted. It's
really cool because
it goes from around to it.
The southern tip of America all the way up to California. So South America, right? So all the way through, and there's all kinds of shit that happens, and they're riding electric bikes, Harley Davidsons.
That's crazy. Our friend Mark once rode his bicycle from like one side of the U.S. to the other side of the U.S.
He's
which
baller.
I'm like, that's fucking crazy. And he didn't bring any weapons with him. just hoping everything works out. I'm like, that's so bananas. Yeah, I don't forgot how long it took him, but he did the whole thing.
Wasn't it like 3 months or something crazy?
Like that.
Yeah.
And I know he posted like all the pictures and told his story. I'm like, man, that should be on a fucking website somewhere for sure. Like, that's fucking crazy. Because he told me some of the stories. I'm like, I don't know how you didn't get stabbed or robbed or maimed. Because he said he met some sketchy people along the way, and staying in random people's houses and whatever. Like, oh my God. So I have here's my knowledge for the week. So there's this guy, Troy Casey. He says, I started doing this ancient Chinese technique a couple of years ago, and it has increased my stamina in the bedroom 100%.
Jeez, I know what you're going to, I already know it. I knew. Oh no, I'm wrong. What the hell is happening? What is he doing? He's frying his balls.
Ball slapping in front of a fucking open fire.
Wow. He looks crazy.
I gotta be done. We're done.
I don't think that guy actually gets laid. So
no, when you're fucking whacking your shit, there's something wrong with that. Yeah, that was one thing. I don't know if I want to share the other one. Why not? Let me find it.
I'm ready.
Okay, so they said here is a actual fleshlight, and I'm kind of afraid of this because
what the
my junk ain't going in there.
That looks dangerous. I don't want to lose.
Just wait till they give you the top down look. Well, you gonna put your dick in a blender at that point.
What the hell?
That's a hard pass. Hard passing.
Yeah, I'm good on that. It doesn't seem like that would be exciting.
So I don't get it.
It looks painful. I'm gonna skip that. No thanks.
Yeah. I'm very confused now. Now I gotta go pass out from pain. Just thinking about, man, I put my balls in that thing, but I'm putting my dick.
Just be honest, Matt. You have one of those, don't you? That's really you.
No, not that deprived. I'm semi-deprived, but not that deprived.
Okay.
Or depraved. Depraved.
Yes.
I'm not a sick fuck. I'm halfway sick, not 100%. How's that? Like 88%.
Nice.
Okay. Let's shut down.
All righty.
And we're not going to be here next week, right?
I'm on vacation. Yes,
That's
we'll
right.
be off next week.
And we're trying to keep everything coming out on Tuesday, but shit comes up. So just keep an eyeball on all our Facebook type stuff, like our social media. It's just Facebook pretty much.
Keep one ball on the Facebook and the other ball on the YouTube.
That's right.
Plant them firmly.
And the third one in your mouth.
Perfect.
All right.
That has been this week's edition of MMANUTS. My name is Ingo Weigold.
Matt Griffith, thanks for playing.